This is why you don't hire a guy that comes off one of the worst offensive performances in a championship game history, has a wide receiver with 65 catches and demands to be traded, has a quarterback who regressed, didn't throw as many interceptions but regressed. I'm talking about Kevin Stefanski. He is the worst head coach we've had by far. You realize how much talent the Cleveland Browns have offensively, and Kevin Stefanski cannot get it put together. You know why? Because he is afraid to stretch the field. Now, some people say, oh, he don't trust Baker. Has nothing to do with that. If he didn't trust Baker, he had the perfect opportunity to sit him. He could have told Baker he ain't playing, we're going to give you another week's rest. He wanted Baker to play. He was confident in Baker handing the ball off every 2 or 3 plays and then passing one play. That's what he's confident with. This is Kevin Stefanski's offense, people. He brought it from Minnesota. This is why Stephon Diggs demanded to get out of Minnesota, because of Stefanski's offense relegated him to 65 catches. This is also the reason why Kevin Stefanski has Odell Beckham as a non-factor in Cleveland. Even Freddie Kitchens got Odell Beckham 1,000 yards. Odell Beckham is being useless, much like Stephon Diggs in Minnesota's offense was in Cleveland's offense. Why is he even in the game? Why are we playing him? He doesn't fit our offense. Obviously, Stefanski's team is a high school team. It's underneath. And we hired the wrong guy. I wanted Josh McDaniels. He wanted a lot more control than the Browns were willing to give him. But guess what? We should have hired him. Look what the Patriots are doing right now, the rookie quarterback. Look what we're doing right now with Kevin Stefanski with all this talent offensively. And a quarterback that went into the playoffs last year, not won one game, should have won 2 of them, but Stefanski kept them from winning the second game. Let's just look at Pittsburgh. They're terrible. I can't give Pittsburgh credit. Stefanski should not give Pittsburgh credit. Why? You were the reason Pittsburgh won. It wasn't because of what they did. You were the reason. You were calling high school plays until we got down 15-10. Then you decided to expand the passing attack a little bit. And guess what? We were moving down the field, but your pet he fumbled the ball, and then he dropped a perfectly thrown pass by Mayfield on 4th and 12, and he blew the game. Your pet, Jarvis Landry, your pet, the guy who bootlicked you, the guy who called you to congratulate you on doing nothing after we beat the Steelers last year in Pittsburgh without you when you had COVID. We scored 48 fucking points without you. Then you came back the following week, we scored 17. And then this week here, what do we got this week? Oh, 10 points? Against the Steelers? At home, 10 points. Because you decided to run, pass, run. You are a fucking clown. So you're your own worst enemy. You're your own worst enemy. You are so horrible at calling plays. I'm embarrassed for you. And I don't know how Andrew Berry, let's not forget about him too. All these guys he signed defensively, and our defense progressively is getting worse. We only give up 15 points to Pittsburgh. We shouldn't have given up none. That team's terrible offensively. Here's the main thing you want to look at in the defense. Can they get off the field on 3rd down? No, we can't. They gave up the game today. We had no shot offensively with the way Kevin Stefanski was calling plays. It took him 3.5 quarters to realize I better start expanding my playbook downfield. Kevin Stefanski is the absolute worst play caller and head coach I've ever seen. That was a clear muff today in the punt game. I don't know why no one's talking about it. Should have been challenged. That was a definite overturn right there. That was a fumble. The Steeler player knew it. You could tell the ball ricocheted and hit him. It was clear. He didn't even challenge it. I don't even hear no one talking about that. Stefanski is a cancer to the Cleveland Browns, and this team has. Can you actually get an assessment? Can you actually assess Baker Mayfield on what he's doing this year? No. How are you going to assess a guy that's turned into a game manager? Kevin Stefanski's made him a game manager. You can't assess Baker Mayfield what he's doing right now. You can't. And our offense is so predictable. Everybody knows what we're doing. 1st down run, 2nd down run, 3rd down pass. It's so predictable. Kevin Stefanski, I'm sitting at my couch knowing exactly what the Browns are going to do. You know defenses are keen on us. We're too predictable. And Kevin Stefanski, it's just like Coach Boone and that, remember the Titans, you got to change your game up, son. His game is so predictable. He is afraid to stretch the field. He's terrified to stretch the field. It's amazing. I've never seen a coach handcuff his team so bad. Stefanski has handcuffed this offense to the point where it's not even watchable. I couldn't wait for that game to get over. I've never seen a coach destroy momentum in an offense. You have no chance to move the ball with him. It's the same plays over and over and over. I'm embarrassed that the Cleveland Browns hired this clown. He's his own worst enemy. He can't get out of his own way. There's a game right now. If Alex Van Pelt called plays today, we beat the Steelers probably about 33-10, 33-7, whatever. We kill them. It's not even a game. Pittsburgh didn't beat us. Stefanski beat us. he didn't start calling NFL plays until like 8 minutes left in the game. And unfortunately, we were moving the ball down to Jarvis Landry, fumbled the ball, then dropped the pass at the end of the game. And once again, the defense has a chance to get the ball back, so we can get our offense back out there. And they give like a 55-yard play. The defense is terrible. All these big names Andrew Berry signed. We signed all these guys. John Johnson, Walker, all these guys, they were all pros wherever they were before. They come to Cleveland, they get worse. Good job coaching, Stefanski and Joe Woods. You guys are made for each other. So what did we learn today? We learned that Kevin Stefanski is the worst coach we've ever had. Definitely the worst play caller. Oh my God. Nick Chubb actually got a first down on 1st and 10. They moved the chains. The next play call was another run. And he got stuffed for a 2-yard loss. It's so predictable what we do. It's embarrassing. We're playing checkers and everybody else is playing chess. I mean, if you're Jimmy Haslam, you got to step in and get involved. You have to. Like I said earlier, the Browns are playing against 2 defenses. The Steelers and whoever their opponent is, and it's like Kevin Stefanski handcuffing his team offensively. I mean, I don't know how Andrew Berry, somebody has to step in and get this guy the fuck out of it. I don't even want him on the team. He's a cancer. I mean, them guys in the locker room know what the problem is. And it ain't number 6. Believe me, if it was number 6, I'd tell you. Because I'm not a Mayfield fan, but 6 is just running the plays he's called. How you going to look good handing the ball off all the time? And then they want you to go win a game when you're a systems quarterback now. You're just handing the ball off. It's like a robot. And then you make nice throws and your receivers drop them. And they fumble them. What you supposed to do? We could have Tom Brady out there, and Stefanski's not going to... Listen, this is what he brought from Minnesota. He ran the same system in Minnesota. Nothing is going to change with Kevin Stefanski. As long as he's allowed to call plays, you're going to get the same result every week. We've been seeing it for this whole year. Last year, he actually expanded. Last year, his playbook was a lot different. It was weird. Because last year, we were a different team. We went downfield. It was crazy. And that did coincide. You know what that did coincide with? The injury to Beckham. It's like Stefanski's got Beckham on the field. He don't know what to do. It's like I don't know how to use this guy. What do I do? What do I do? The whole time we thought it was Mayfield. It's Stefanski. Even Freddie Kitchens got him 1,000 yards. So I think if you're Jimmy Haslam, the season's over. It's over. We're not going anywhere. All these other teams are winning that's close to us. We got to go into Cincinnati. We should beat them. You see what happened to Cincinnati today. I knew they weren't as good as that game against Baltimore. Don't forget, we did the same thing to Baltimore and Freddie Kitchens only year coaching. In the following week, we got laying basted by San Francisco 31-3. Cincinnati lost to the Jets. Called a trap game, whatever. We lost to the Jets last year, too. I like to just call it Cincinnati's not as good as they were last week. We should beat Cincinnati. But with Kevin Stefanski calling plays, I don't give us a shot. If Alex Van Pelt called plays next week, I guarantee you we'd beat Cincinnati. We'd probably hang 40-some points. And our defense would play a lot better because our offense wouldn't be 3 and out and gassing them all the time. And we'd be back on track. But no, Kevin can't have that. It'll make him look bad. Last year when Kevin had COVID, our offense looked unstoppable. That was the last time our offense actually looked fucking good. We had such a rhythm in it, just a flow. It was so nice. I haven't seen... You know, we had a flow early in the season against Kansas City. We did have a flow going until Nick Chubb fumbled in that one punt, whatever. We had a flow going. Then Stefanski got all tight around the neck again. I've never seen a coach kill a team so bad. It's amazing. We got such talent on this roster, and Stefanski just doesn't know how to coach it. And I do believe it's Odell Beckham. Stefanski does not know how to use him because last year his play calling was horrible until Beckham went down. Then his play calling got better. So I didn't like Stefanski last year. I sure don't like him this year. I wish they would fire him, eradicate him from the organization. He's a cancer, and it's starting to spread. He is a cancer, and it's starting to spread. By the way, Andrew Berry, good job signing the $40 million tight end that can't catch a fucking ball. That guy's fucking terrible. Oh, my God. Oh, by the way, there was an Njoku sighting, wasn't there? Oh, yeah, 8 minutes left in the game when we had to score because we were down 5. We lost the lead. See, Kevin likes to play that nursing the lead game, you know? Good teams, they step on the throat when they get the lead, you know? Like the Patriots used to do. Kevin likes to nurse the game. Let me run my little pet, Nick Chubb. Let me run him. You get down in the game, you got to expand the offense a little bit, get downfield, huh? Your quarterback looks a little different when he's allowed to throw downfield, huh, Kevin? Can't make him look bad all game, can you? Old Kevin. I can't wait till they fire this guy. Like I say, I don't even want him giving a play calls. I want him fired. He should not. You know what they should do to him? Say, listen, we're taking away play calling. And I'll guarantee you his stubbornness will quit. And then they don't have to pay him. He'll quit. That's what I hope happens. I want him gone. And I'll guarantee you to be like John Gruden leaving the Raiders. This team will start playing better. Trust me. Hey, Stefanski, he's going to have to open up the playbook next week against Cincinnati. He's going to, because people are starting to question him now. I've noticed he's got to be reading shit. People see what's going on. A lot of people point to Mayfield. If you blame Mayfield for this loss, you don't know football. You have no clue. When he expanded the offense, Mayfield made the adequate throws. Can't help it the receivers were dropping them. Early in the game, the Steelers, you know what they did? They took away the run. You know why? They stacked the box. Guess what happened? Stefanski, they knew every play was going. There was no one open. It was like they knew exactly what we were doing. Because it's so predictable. He has a pattern. He never changes it. It's always the same. And I like the fact he kept on trying to run, even though you couldn't get a dime. You couldn't get nothing off that steel curtain front. You couldn't. So Pittsburgh's still horrible. Believe me, if Alex Van Pelt called plays today, we'd have beat him like a drum, 30-something to fucking 7. Guaranteed. I just hope to God that if it takes getting bludgeoned by Cincinnati this week to get Stefanski the fuck out of there, that's all. And I know it's like, we'll probably never fire the guy, because people think he's so great around the national media. But this guy, how long are you going to continue to let this guy fuck this team up? I mean, the longer every week, look at our offense lately. We scored 17 points in the same offense on the Case Keenum last week against a shitty-ass Denver team who was real, and they lost like 4 or 5 straight. We scored 10 today. We scored 14 against Minnesota. Terrible play calling. Mayfield played absolutely horrible that game, but the play calling was even worse if you want to believe that, but it was the truth. And we scored 7 against the Cardinals. Sounds like Stefanski's a horrible coach. He's not an offensive mind. People think he's an offensive mind. He was a defensive back in fucking Pennsylvania College. He was fucking terrible. He's killed our season. We're 4-4. Alex Van Pelt was calling plays right now. We'd be fucking 6-2 at worst. Maybe 8, no, maybe 7-1. But I'm not blaming Mayfield for this loss. He can only do what the coach calls. And when the coach expanded the offense to NFL-type calls, Mayfield flourished. He made every throw he needed to make downfield, got a first down, put the ball where Jarvis Landry could catch it. Did he fumble the ball? Did he drop the ball? No. And I want to blame Mayfield. I do, but I can't. He did nothing wrong. You can only call what the coach calls. We got beat by a team that is so bad offensively, it's embarrassing that we gave up 15 points. And like I said, the defense, when we needed to stop, all season long, think about it. When we needed to stop all season long, we couldn't even make one. It made it against Minnesota, but that's it. Every other game, couldn't make it. And people think Joe Woods is a good coordinator. Joe Woods is horrible. Kevin Stefanski's horrible. Andrew Berry's just as bad. $40 million tight end can't catch a simple pass that they got to stretch for. And David Njoku, when they expanded the NFL adequate throws, he became a factor, didn't he? Hey, Kevin, God, I hope God stages you. I do. I hope God stages you. You've killed football in Cleveland. You single-handedly are responsible for every fucking loss this team took. Even dating back to last year, the Jets game, the Kansas City game, the Raiders game. Every game we lost last year coincides with your poor coaching. Jimmy Haslam, please make a move. Fire him. Just get rid of him. And trust me, we'll win 8 out of our next 10 games. If not, maybe 9 out of 10. Maybe even 10 out of 10. But he's a cancer he's holding your organization back. You own this organization. You should demand better. Coaching, hey, it's what have you done for me lately business. And Kevin Stefanski hasn't done nothing this year. It's time to move on from Kevin. Hey, Kevin, I know you're going to see this. You suck. You're an embarrassment to the Cleveland Browns football. You took a stacked roster and you turned it into a cream puff. Yeah, how's that offensive creativity you got going there, huh? A little high school offense, huh? You brought from Minnesota? Same offense you brought from Minnesota, the one that turned Stephon Diggs into a 65-catch receiver. It's funny, the next year you got 115 balls in Buffalo. He had 103 the year prior to you taking over offense, huh? Oh, Kevin. Bye, Kevin. Worst coach we ever had, by far.